What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jim IMO, and today we're talking about the cha-cha-cha-cha-ching. We're talking about how to make money in the world of magic. Now, let's get straight into it. So we're talking about the world of magic, the MMORPG that is the grandfather of MMOs. Not really, but maybe the mobile. But anyway, let's get straight into it. At number one, plain and simple, guys, you need to grind. Now, I'm talking about finding a spot, finding what's good for you, and getting stuck in. I made a few other videos on the grind, but most people tend to know what they're doing. I'm going to list a few. So obviously, each server's money will differ, so it will, to the Black Trader. The Black Trader is a premium item, so it is. You can buy that in the premium shop, but if you don't have money to buy that there, don't worry, you can buy it in the Black Trader, but you'll have to grind for it a wee bit, of course. So the first place that I would suggest for the newer guys, in my opinion, would be start off at different levels. The first level is leaf borers. Starting down there, you want to grind down there, and even if you can pick up the swords and bows and stuff like that there and sell them, while of course farming the bosses will drop different things like Bull Rush 2 and a few other good items. I'll list them in the screen here. Good work, editor. So of course with this here, that there is one of the first, that's like the newbie area. I made a video on it. You can make maybe, I think, an hour, you can make maybe like 20k, and of course if you get lucky it's up to 50k. The second place I would say is the Mushroom Marshland. Now, it's a lot better. The loot is generally better if you can farm the boss, which is quite difficult to do in your high populated servers, but if you can, the loot there is good. I have that's on the screen right now. Of course you'll want to make sure that you know people that you can get in touch with, because they'll have the time sort of respawn of it and stuff like that there. So if you get into the right guild, these guys will give you the time and stuff to farm it, which will give you money, which is great. The third place, in my opinion, I would keep it kind of plain and simple. The beach. Now, the beach can be iffy, not great, but again, pirate coins will always sell, and they are an instant buy on the Black Trader. If you put pirate coins up, let's say a stack for 250 to 3k, they'll sell. If you put a stack up for 2k, boom, it will sell instantly. Someone will buy it instantly, so they will. And even if they don't sell on your server, you can trade them in for money, so you can. But farming the red crabs, the whoopas, and the rupas, turtles Z and ZZ, and there's a whoopa chief as well, they all spawn there, and with that there, they all drop different items, great items as well. Just you're going into maybe like easily an hour if you're really going for it. You could go from about 80k to 100k, but you have really got a farm for that there, of course. So that there is like the best grind places. You can go further in, of course. You can go like the magma chiefs and you can go there, but for your newer guys, I would stick to land free places. Or if you've been playing for a while, go to the beach, go to Lighthouse Beach, go to any of them there. They're great for farming. And then at number two, we have the Black Trader. Now, a lot of people will shout out in the chat looking for trader merchandising, stuff like that there. So, what I'm talking about here is going on to the Black Trader and seeing items that are quite cheap and selling them on to make profit. This is quite difficult to do in the world of magic. I've tried it. It's very slow if you don't know what you're doing, but if you know what you're doing, you're going to make a lot of money. I've seen guys on YouTube do it a year ago, 2 years ago, and they made a lot of money, so they did. So the best way to do it is, honestly, in my opinion, is keeping an eye out in the chat. Someone will generally not have the Black Trader and will be shouting out selling something for quite a low price. Buy it off them, and if you have premium, stick on the trader and put it up, maybe even for double the price, whatever. You've got to know your prices. You've got to know what you're selling. So my ball game would be level 1 to level 20 items are generally quite cheap. You can generally keep an eye on them as well. So when you're looking up on the Black Trader, you'll know what you're selling. You know, you'll be looking at, let's say, a blunt sword, and someone was selling it in the chat, probably isn't, like, we'll say Whoopa Rippa hat, and they're selling it for 8k and it's got 1 strength on it. I know fine rightly, in a month's time, there's probably going to be none on the black trader. So I'm going to take that there and I'm going to sell it for maybe 30k. And you're going to make money slowly and steadily. I think it's a great way. If you can do it, 100% go for it. The newer guys, this is quite a hard way to do it. I'm going to label number 2 as a harder one to do. And number 1's your easier one, the grind one. But it's whatever you think you can do. Any tips and tricks on that? There's other YouTubers out there that can definitely do it. I might dabble into it. I might try maybe go back to an older server, a more populated server, and see if I can maybe make a video on it. If you want me to, leave a comment. Number 3, the dungeons. Oh, scary dungeons. So in at number 3, we have the dungeon grinder. Now you generally don't see too many people doing this here, so you don't. But I like doing dungeon runs. I like making dungeon videos. They're really plain and simple. So they are. You go through a dungeon, and it's pretty much like a loot box. Once you get to the end, you get your boxes. You might get your wing boots. You might get something else. You never know what you're gonna get. It's just pure luck. So it is. But with that, there you have people that will have several accounts, and they'll maybe have like one level 20, one level 25, and one level 30. If they can get that level 30 can do the level 20 dungeon, and the level 25 dungeon, and the level 30 dungeon. Then they have to wait, I think it's something maybe a week or two. I think it's a week, so it is, that you have to reset it, or you can buy an item to reset it, but it's very expensive. So what people do, they have multiple accounts, and with multiple accounts, they'll just redo it themselves, which is a good idea. There's no, I'm sure that there probably is a policy, but what isn't there a policy on? You can make a second account and just run through it again, put the money into that account and do it with a third account, do it again, then wait a week and do it over again. In my opinion, the dungeons can be, I wouldn't focus obviously it being your main thing. I would do all the things I'm doing now, I would do them all in one account inside of one day. I'd be grinding, I'd be buying stuff from the trader, I'd be doing my dungeon runs, and I'd be doing my 2 other things I'll say in a wee minute. But with that there, of course, you want to do as many as these here as possible. You need a good guild for this. If you have a good guild, and let's say you have a chat, a group chat on something, you can just put it in, hey, we need to do our weekly dungeon run. Yeah, no worries, I'll be on in a minute. That's all good, no worries, we'll be on, bro. We'll be hitting up the dungeon, dude. Which is all good, that's what you want. So you're looking for a good guild and multiple accounts. Don't ban me in that. Number 4, Battlefield and Pendants of Honor. So, back in the day, the Pendants of Honor were useless. No one really cared about Pendants of Honor. They just would have sold them. But now people religiously buy them, so they do. They love Pendants of Honor. And of course, there's the Pendants of Honor event, which is double Pendants of Honor. Now, depending on the server you play on, it'll be different. But I think I was playing on Darlene, and pendants generally go for 4k each, which isn't too bad. It's pretty terrible actually, so it is. And of course you can sell 3 of them there for 10k, or if you're in a different server, sometimes I used to sell them for 12k. You can trade them in. Now that's what people want. You want to get your dexterity, strength, and intelligence scrolls out of them. And with that there, you can nearly sell them for, of course, I'm just going to give a rough figure of 500k to 1 million on some of them there. The intelligent ones are quite expensive. So that there's what you want to be grinding. Now it's not going to be something that you're just going to be solo grinding on. A lot of people do. That's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm just playing battlefields and stuff. But you can't just grind on it and be like, I'm going to make 1 million inside of a day. You're not, because you're not going to get into every battlefield. It's every 2 hours. It's a limited space. It's very difficult to get in. You might get in, you might lose and get 1 Pendant of Honor. It really depends if you're in a good side, with Cyrus and Lanos. But no, Battlefield's a great way to make money. It's one of my favourite ways, and with the double Pendants of Honor, the increase in players is crazy. So it is. It's just people come back just to play it because of the double Pendants of Honor. So that is definitely a big factor to play for. A very easy one to do as well. So it is. You can literally just walk about and get paid for it. Don't be good at it. Don't be a spot taker, but. Number 5 is the last one on the list. Is maybe not something that everyone would think about, and I mentioned it in the last one, was events. Now, the World of Magic is notorious for releasing an event every other 2 weeks. So every other 2 weeks there'll be an event. There'll be maybe like a week or two without an event. Without that there, you can always be grinding. You can always be grinding for an event. And when a new event comes out, let's say it's the weapon one, and you have your essence, and you can trade them in for enchants and stuff. At the start, generally speaking, the essences will go for about 10k each. And the first day, people will buy them because they want to do the event and stuff like that. They want to be the first person, to get it. And don't be a sucker in buying them, but be a winner in selling them, because you're going to make a lot of money off that there, so you are. But with that there, you definitely want to get on every time there's an event, and make sure not to miss out on this stuff, because sometimes you can make an absolute fortune. I used to make a fortune off the... there's one that was like a lottery, so it was, you like paid, I think it was like maybe like 10k, and maybe you would have got something back. I know you could have won 300k out of it, and I spent 100k on it and made a video on it, and I got dingbat nothing. And with that there, it's up to yourself. Don't be doing that one. That was a scam. I don't even know how TWOM got away with that, man. But with that there, you want to focus on your other kind of events that'll drop items and stuff, like the ancient coins. You'll make a fortune off them there. Your mystery box kind of loot ones. That is what you're focusing on. And of course, that is the main 5 things, in my opinion, how to make money in the world of Magic. It's up to yourself. I would do all 5. I wouldn't stick to one. I wouldn't just be grinding out grinding out Mushroom Marshland. I wouldn't just be selling Whoopa Rippa hats. I wouldn't just be doing dungeon runs every week. You've got to do these things all together. That is the key factor to making money. It is the key factor. And being consistent and being on top of your game. But of course, if you've any questions on how to make more money, more of the cha-cha-cha-cha-ching, leave a comment below. Thank you very much for watching.